that's what I'm trying to do now, but it's very hard because there are many networking events and some of them are very well established, got much bigger budgets than I do.
You see, listening to your story, because on a path to success, or when you're heading anywhere, there's most of the time there's essentially two outcomes. You can achieve success, but you can also learn how to do it. But you can do the right things without knowing that is the process of doing the right things. So the reason I'm saying that is, there is like in the process of there's a course and the mentorship that I do. In the process of implementation, there's like 4 stages. You have the euphoria stage, like at the stage when you don't know anything and you're seeking to get knowledge, for example. So let's say people, they say, okay, I want to do property. At that point, they have, conscious incompetence. So they understand they want to do property, but they don't know what is in property, what they can do. So maybe they go to a course and they understand there's deal sourcing, there's the rent-to-rent, there's the SA, there's all sorts. Now they know what there is, but they don't know how to do it. And then they maybe go and pick, maybe it's deal sourcing, they go and learn more about it, and so on and so forth. But within the processes of the euphoria to the epiphany, and then the building momentum and becoming excellent, there's missing pieces that actually help you. And in the inspiration stage, when you know like what's your wonderfully compelling reason that you want to do something, and also honing in on your unique blueprint of what you want to achieve, then it becomes to build the momentum. You need the feedback, accountability, the support, and the tribe. So listening to your story, how you build a tribe of people to support each other, because you give each other accountability as well. Whether you did that consciously or not consciously, but you're heading towards success by doing the things that people who are aware of it teach and get people to do, but you're doing it probably at a subconscious level, but doing the right things without actually knowing. So at a certain point you realize, I've actually been doing the right things, like building your network, and then people come in there, they become accountable. And then it's a tribe or like a mastermind where they share ideas and then they go and do things together. That's all amazing stuff. That's all advanced stuff that people go and learn. Yeah, absolutely. People, when you look at people who are doing masterminds and coaching, this is the stuff that they give people. They give them a tribe where it's like-minded people with the same mindset. They come and they talk about things. If you read, you've probably read the book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. He talks about the power of the tribe and the mastermind, and that's exactly what you're doing. So setting up that Facebook group, people will come every Sunday. If there's tasks or things that they are doing, they will come and talk about there. So that gives them a bit of a boost and momentum, saying, oh yeah, I'm doing this. And then they see someone who is maybe achieving or doing some things and better. They want to go and challenge themselves to say, next week I want to turn up at Shona's event, and I can say I've done A, B, C, D, and all of that. And that, without realizing, is actually pushing them slowly towards success. So you're absolutely heading in the right direction. So it's just amazing.
I hope some people they go missing. Like I don't see them for a while, so then I message them, and I think people get surprised. I'm like, oh, I noticed you haven't been around for a few weeks. Are you okay? And then sometimes they'll be like, oh, I'm not really doing much property right now. I feel like I would be like wasting people's time if I came. And I said, no, it's fine. Like, just maybe you just need to let off some steam about this is how you're feeling, or like it doesn't even need to be about property. Like I just think anything. And what am I trying to say? Business is hard. And I think when you start getting into property and you're on Facebook pages, you get all these shiny pennies of all these other things you could do. And I don't care which one you're doing. You can still come to my networking event and tell me what you're working on, and I will interested. I love to learn. I love to find out what people are doing, how they got there, how I could learn to do something similar. So everyone's welcome. It doesn't matter if you're doing something completely different to what I'm doing. I just love learning. That sounds so cringy, I think.
No, it's brilliant, because I mean, if you look at why certain people probably not come some weeks or so, they'll probably think, oh, I haven't done anything, maybe I'm gonna look stupid, or other people are more successful than me, they're doing things, so I won't make it, I won't go this week or this month or whatever. But if you create that environment that it doesn't really matter what they're doing, just come. Even if they don't speak, they just listen to what other people are doing. Every single time they're going to pick up something that will move them towards something that they're going to achieve. Because those messages, repetition, if you look at how people will develop our habits, it's the environment and the repetition of things that are happening to us. So the more they come every week in, week out, they get into the habit, we come Sunday, it's Shona's meeting, and then they listen to things, and you have key messages there about the mindset, how you should pursue the things that you like and what's happening. And as they constantly hear those kind of things, they start to think differently as well, and that can help them over time as well to say, oh wow, this has become my new environment. There are like-minded people who are heading towards success, and there's no reason why I can't as well, So sometimes it's just people getting that clarity in terms of like the group that you've built, and whether it's the younger generation that you're looking to guide. Do you have like a specific program that you take them through, or is just speaking to them and inspiring to them as and when? Do you have a structured program that you do with them?
So for the kids that I work with now, or the ones that I want to work with in the future?
Like now and also the future. So now. Mm-hmm.
So the young people I work with now, like I said, I am the curriculum manager. So I'm an art teacher. I did mural behind.
I see that beautiful art behind. And I've seen some of the art you've posted in the Facebook groups as well. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm an artist. So I teach that. And I teach GCSE and I teach Arts Awards, and with the other, I line manage the other teachers, so they teach GCSE as well and functional skills. So that's all part of the program I do right now. But I'm more about the vocational learning, which at the moment it's hard. The way we get young people is they're excluded from mainstream school for various reasons, and really you have to get the parents' permission a lot of the time for them to come to my school, and a lot of parents are not happy about it unless you are offering 5 GCSEs, which is why we do that. But the reason why people are sent to us is because they've got a lot of other things going on. Like sometimes they do have special needs, sometimes they're in care, sometimes they've been through some trauma. Maybe it's just as simple as that their parents are going through divorce, and that's really stressing them out, which is making them behave negatively. And that means to me that maybe doing GCSEs at that point in their life isn't actually the most important thing. It's to check that they are actually okay. To remind them that they are allowed to enjoy life and find that passion and then follow that, which is not what's happening right now. I don't think in the education system in general. So that's why, I'm working towards that for this new school that I want to be building, which is all about just following your passions. And the property school idea came about because I am interested in property. So this room is my garage, and I converted it into, I call it the games room, but I use it as my office space a lot of the time. So the laptop is sitting on top of my pool table right now.
Brilliant. You can tell your creativeness with the art and all that kind of things, isn't it? It's coming through. That's brilliant.
Thank you. But yeah, I was at work one day. I have a very stressful job. I work with kids, like I said, that are not always the best behaved, and sometimes you do get called names. Sometimes there are fights that you have to break up, and although I love my job, some days it's really hard. I don't remember what happened on this particular day, but I ended up under my desk crying. I was crying my eyes out, and I hid there for about half an hour until somebody found me, another senior leader, and I was just crying. I don't know. I was just fed up. I was exhausted, really, I guess. So I was sent home, but I couldn't drive home because I was too upset. So it was like a TV show. They caused a diversion so that they could then get me round the outside of the school so that the kids didn't see me. Because if the kids see you crying, they're never going to let you forget that. So they put me in my friend's car, who's also one of the managers, and she drove me home. And I was told to stay off for the rest of the week. And I didn't want to. I want to do well. I always want to succeed. I don't like to take time off. And they said, no, you need to take off a few days to just recuperate. So I was at home, and I can't sit still. I can't do nothing. Even though I was supposed to be resting, I'm not good at resting. And I wanted to turn my garage into a room. We talked about it for 2 years. So I took myself down B&Q. I got myself some stud wood. I got a sledgehammer, a saw, because I had to take down like a little bit of roof. I had to take down a wall. And then I rebuilt a new wall over there, put a door in it. So the back of the garage is now like a shed space. And this is our games room space. And I didn't do it all in those 3 days. It took me 2 years of evenings and weekends, but I YouTubed how to do everything. So I found out how to build the stud wall. I then plasterboard both sides. I had to research what screws you had to use. I fed the cables for the electrics. I fed the cables for the lights. What else did I do? Well, loads of stuff, because I had to do a whole room, right? The only thing I paid for people to do was I knocked out a bigger hole in the front, because it used to be a single door and a window, whereas now it's a double door and then a panel either side. So somebody else took out the wall, but I didn't trust myself to do that. And they checked it was safe first. They checked that the beam was safe to do that. And I also paid someone to do the plastering, because I wanted to learn the plastering as well, but I know it's a bit of an art form to get it good. Let me pay someone to do that. So I turned this into this room, and as an artist, I love showing people my artwork, and they look and they're like, wow, how did you do that? And growing up, I always thought to myself, well, it's easy, but I only realized in the last few years, no, that is easy for me.
For you,
not easy for everyone. But I didn't really recognize that I had a talent. I just thought that everybody thought that was easy. Like I find writing difficult. I assumed everybody found writing difficult, but they don't. So I realized that once you turn a room into a piece of art, then when people come round and they can walk into something you made, it just makes you feel so amazing to tell people like, yeah, I made this. And that's when I thought to myself, I want to do refurb projects. And how amazing would it be to bring a young person who's given up on themselves into something like this, just a garage. And if they could take part in helping turn it into a room, and they stand inside it and tell their parents or their friends, yeah, I made this. Like, how amazing would that be? And influential in their life, just to build that confidence of you can do stuff. And that is where my big dream of the property school came from.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. That's absolutely amazing. And I mean, just the creativity there, because you're taking essentially two different worlds. I mean, for you, your passion in terms of helping young kids and contributing to their development and getting them to realize their potential in whatever field, and then mixing that with a side that can actually help them build, essentially, because I mean, property, you can build wealth and make a lot of money as well. But you're combining those two into your passion and profession, because you know by the time they learn to do the art and convert these things, they can make a lot of money, and they're making money in a field that they are passionate about and they are enjoying as well. And that's an absolute great mix. I mean, people will, that's the absolute dream for people, to be pursuing and doing things that actually help them build wealth and make money, but they actually absolutely love and enjoy it as well. That's you've stumbled upon like a gold mine combination there.
I have to make it work, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Having an idea is one thing, but making it a reality is
another. Yes, but here's the thing: if you're looking to pursue and make it a reality, but it's an area that you're passionate about, then those challenges and making it almost become like a joy. You enjoy the challenges because it's absolutely fascinating. I mean, for you, with your art and creative nature, whatever it is, just like the garage, it's a perfect example there. It's not easy, but you made it easy, because whatever challenges and difficulties, you're actually enjoying them. You're actually looking for them. You say, wow, I can actually do the plaster myself as well if I wanted to learn it, or I can break down this wall, I can fit the wires in. If someone who is completely not interested in property and it's not their passion, they're not gonna enjoy those things. When they break down a wall and it needs to be put back, it's like, oh my god, how can I do this? I don't like it or whatever. And then they find someone and then it costs them money. But for you, it's like, oh wow, this is a good challenge. What can I do with that? That's what makes the difference, and that's the key, to almost achieving anything. As long as, because just like you say, business, not just business, anything that we do in life, nothing is easy. Everything is is difficult. But if it's difficult but you enjoy it, you turn the difficulty into some creative challenge of some sort that you enjoy. And as humans, we are at our most creative when we are faced with challenge. So we look at challenge as something to make us grow and expand our learning and growth. So it's absolutely amazing. So within the property space, then again, because obviously there is a number of different strategies as well, is there a specific area that you focus on with the kids, and do you work with other like investors or sources, or to bring everything together? Because like you say, it's hard. So what is your strategy and how do you make it work?
So me personally, getting into property, I feel like I've still got such a way to go. Like myself, I have one buy-to-let and I have one SA. So it's not loads, but it's a start. And what I really want to do, like I said, is flip properties, or I would PRR them, because I would like to create assets for a pension. That's what I would like to do for my future. So what I wanted to do, this deal didn't actually work out, but I found this plot of land and it had been on the market for 2 years. And so I went to speak to the owner. It was through an agent, but I spoke to the farmer and I told him all about the property school. I told him, this is what I want to do, and I'm hoping that I can work with the council to kind of get funding to do it. So the discussion, he really liked me. The discussions were going well. And then the discussion with the council wasn't going great, but I got investors interested because they could see I was passionate about my property school. And the idea was, if I could have purchased this land, this farm, and if I could have worked out for a developer how they would have made their money, that they would have bought the land, developed half of it, or maybe 3/4 of it to make their money back and make profit, then they would have let me keep maybe an acre for myself, so that I could start my property school. And it already had outbuildings, and it had a stables, and I was like, right, that'll be the first project. It'll be like when I turn my garage into a games room. We will turn the stables into a classroom workshop. And that will be the first thing that we do. Is we won't have a school. The project is that we build the school and it won't look like a normal school. It will look like random. It will look cool. I would design it with the kids. So I was really excited about that. It didn't quite work out because the land was on the Greenbelt area. And the architect told me that was going to be too difficult to get planning permission. It's not that it was impossible, but it would have been difficult. So we stopped with that deal. But I thought that was the one. I was so excited about it. But I realised that strategy will still work. But I need to. Somebody spoke to me last week and they said, Shona, you want to be in the property space, but you don't have to know everything yourself. You need to work with other people. So if I work with a deal sourcer that they already know how to find land that will make enough money so that, because I can get investors interested in what I want to do, so they will put the money in, I'll make some money back for them, and then I get to do my dream. I don't need to know how to do all of it. I just have to have the idea, and ideas are something I'm quite good at. And selling the dream, I guess, or not selling it, but expressing how passionate I am about it seems to come across quite well, luckily for me. So I do believe that at some point in the future, hopefully in the next year, I will bring together some people. They will somehow, the law of attraction will bring them to me, and then we will together find this land. They will make their money. I will get some outbuildings so I can build stuff. I'll somehow get some funding. I mean, maybe there's some big business that if they partnered with me, that would look really good on their business. And you can save money on your tax if you put money into a charity and stuff, right? So maybe I don't even need to work out how to make the money. Maybe there's some big company that would replace my wages so I could leave my job and build this better future for these young people, because that's the good thing to do. But when I say it like that, I almost don't quite believe it yet. I'm like, why would somebody pay my wages? I have to just do a bit more work.